Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this very interesting afternoon's broadcast where we've got the reenactment of the book cover, which I will come to shortly. But to get started, I would like to acknowledge that I am broadcasting to you today from here in Sydney on Gadigal and Bidigal land of the Eora. It's a real pleasure to have some wonderful guests who are coming to us from all around the country. And at the end of the day, the book is really has many layers to it about the world around us. And I think what everyone's done today is look at the world around them, look at the book cover that captures what I have written down, my outlook on the world around us and our connection to that world around us. And I'm really excited to be able to come to you from this part of our country, and I acknowledge elders past, present and emerging. Feel free to let me know at this early point where you are, so we've got an idea of how far we're reaching around the country. Let us know what town, city, suburb, and of course what country you're on. I really enjoy that element that's been growing strength and momentum over probably the last couple of years, because now it's being said enough times that you start to realise, oh, when I think of the Northern Rivers, I think of Bundjalung, and it's not just the Tweed Coast or something like that. That these country names are starting to really stick, and we're able to learn more about the history of that country. So yeah, drop the comments are coming in. Thanks everyone. We've got Nicholas here from Quandamooka country. We've got Maureen up in Newcastle. Rayan is Sarah Jean's in Harvey Bay. Sarah Jean, I've got your little poem. You're welcome to come on and read it if you like. I can send you a link to go to the green room. Let us know. Carol Marshall's in Ngunnawal country. We've got Cairns. G'day, Sean Collins. We've got Torres Strait, all the way from the Torres Strait. Mackay, Cherrybrook here in Northern Sydney. Ferntree Gully in Melbourne. Ronnie Ball, hello. Welcome from Shell Harbour. So big welcome, everyone. It's fantastic to have you here, and I can't wait for you to meet, as I said, some of the wonderful guests that we've got as part of today's fun celebration. So to get started, I would like to bring in Cate, my good friend Cate from CostasWorld and Get Grubby TV. Hello, Cate.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bit of fun on a Sunday afternoon. Great to see. I think everyone will be appreciating my lockdown hairdo. Nothing I can do to make it any better, so we just got to live with it.
That's a generous description. I like it. And
yes,
your co-host today is the wonderful Brenna Quinlan, and Brenna is responsible for the illustrations in the book, and it's an absolute treat to be able to have Brenna part of the convo today. Brenna, how are you?
Hey everyone, coming at you from Noongar country, all the way over in Western Australia. So you're all 2 hours in the future at the moment. You can see as it gets dark for you, it'll still be sunny here. Ooh, eerie.
Never fear, right. Everything's still okay in the future.
Great.
It's all okay.
We always know that a massive disaster hasn't instantly happened and wiped out half the world, because you'd let us know first. So yeah, it's great that you're there, that you're kind of the canaries in the mine shaft over that side of the country. Thanks. That's why we're so relaxed in Western Australia.
Yeah, you're just chilling, waiting. We got Jan Martin from Alice Springs. Welcome, Jan, from the centre. We've even got Sam. Sam is joining us from Chiang Rai, right up in the north of Thailand. I've been to Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, so wonderful that we've got an international viewership coming at us. Now, Cate and Brenna, where do you want to begin?
Well, I think we should begin at the challenge, like it's been pretty amazing. Lots of people talking and getting involved and talking about the imminent arrival of the book, but more importantly, the great photographic replications that have been inspired. Maybe, Costa, have you got a picture of the impetus? Have you got the impetus there?
Ooh. The talent, the inspiration.
Ooh. The inspiration? The cover?
The inspiration.
Yeah, the cover.
The cover.
You know how we're doing the photos of the cover? Just show the cover.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
That's it. So that's what we were going for. That's it. Yeah, there it is. So that was the call out. That was the challenge. Can you make this at home? But we might hold off now. Costa, what do you want to do? Do you want to get the gang in and have a look at those, or do you want to have a bit of a game first?
Oh well, what do you reckon? I think we've had a good look at. There's people coming in. Oh, look at that. Charlie reckons, Cate, that your hair puts Dirk to shame.
I know. Look, I know people would pay big money for this. People would pay big money for it. I know.
Okay, you should have done what I did. This is the lockdown trend, right? Hide it all.
It's a bit humid up here for a hat, Brenna.
In the future, it's more humid in the future. That's one of the rules of the universe, isn't it?
Oh, look, Annie Cason's here from North Carolina. So we've got Thailand, North Carolina, Alice Springs, Perth, Newcastle, Cairns, Torres Strait, Melbourne, there's Adelaide, there's Tassie. Wow. Helen, the wonderful Helen Tooten from Melbourne. Hello, Helen. Thank you for the wishes. And Engadine from the Shire, Pam Pearce. Good on you, Pammy. Lovely to have you here. And the Sunshine Coast, Heather Walker. So, wow, there's a great contingent. Yeah. Well, what do you reckon? Do you want to go? Will we go to one of our contestants? One of our submissions, so. And then maybe you can ask. Go to
first? I'll set them up. Who are you going to go to first, Costa?
I reckon we go with the first one that I can see on my screen, and that's Jackson. Okay. Now, Jackson, everybody. I met Jackson because I got tagged in some Insta posts of Jackson talking about the tomatoes that he's growing in his garden. And so I just said, hang on a second, I just can't share this. And I just rang him on Instagram, FaceTimed him on Instagram. And we've been catching up. We've been catching up with some random phone calls ever since. And then the very first person to put one submission in was Jackson. So let me bring Jackson in to the big screen. Oh, Jackson.
Thinking about it. There he is.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
It's lovely to be here. Tell me, buddy, when did you get into gardening? Because we've been chatting about gardening for a little while now. Who started you with your gardening?
My mum.
Ah, so has your mum got a green thumb?
My thumb's green.
Yeah.
Oh. And what about yours? Can we see your green thumb? Oh yeah, look at those. They are officially green, Jackson. What are you growing in your garden at the moment where you are?
Well, we're mostly growing tomatoes. And
is there a particular variety that you like? Because the one that you should so everyone listening, you should have seen the big tomato that Jackson grew. And the best part about it was he then sent me a photo with it chopped like a big slab like this on toast. Oh, and there's well, yeah, maybe Cate. We need to maybe we need to put the image up there.
Yeah, there it is. I think you might have to click on it at your end now, Costa. There it is.
Here we go. This is Jackson. Oh,
yeah.
Jackson's World. Jackson's World. Look at that cover. look at this cover and look at that cover. And I think I could slip a few of these in every box of CostasWorld that goes out there, and people wouldn't know the difference. They'd just go, "Oh, I got a Jackson's World," instead of a Costas
Yeah, I'm
World.
actually, Costa, I'm thinking of signing. I'm thinking of signing Jackson. Doing his book through Get Grubby Books. We'll bring it out in competition to CostasWorld. How's that?
Well, I mean, your production values, Jackson, you have gone to so much detail. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've included in the cover? Because I noticed that you definitely included, because Chucky has to make, well, people could interpret the chook. And as you'll see a little later on with Vera, Vera has included puppies instead of chooks. But Jackson, walk us through your drawing. What did you include?
I included most of my favourite things from the garden.
What ones?
So tell us what they are.
We've got a bee house, some sunflowers up the top, some basil with the ladybug on it.
Oh, the ladybug. Yeah, nice work. Yep.
We've got the butterfly with the flowers.
Is that a butterfly there?
Yeah. And we've also got the tomato.
The prize tomato. Now, what's your show? Is there an official show in your area?
The Cairns show. Yeah, we've got the Cairns
show.
Yeah.
Well, Jackson, I reckon you're a good chance with that tomato. If you grow another good one like that, I reckon you'll be in there with looking like a prize at the Cairns show. I need to see you. We'll be all waiting. Everyone is going to be waiting to see your submission for the Cairns show. That's going to be fantastic, buddy. Fantastic.
Have to grow some more.
Adrian said, "Cool work, Jackson," and Alison King said, "Wow, that's superb." So everyone loves your book cover, Jackson. Hi, Jackson. This is Bronwyn. Good work, young fella. Thanks. What do you think, Brenna, from a graphic design point of view?
Oh, we can't hear Brenna.
Oh, is Brenna? I just can't hear you.
Is Brenna muted?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're not anymore.
You'd think I'd be good at unmuting by now. The font down the bottom is actually my handwriting turned into a font. And then the font you see in the rest of the book, there's a few different, the one at the top there too. That's just my handwriting turned into a font. Jackson, I'm looking at your version of those. Oh my goodness. That's Jackson font. Jackson New Roman. Jackson Sands. It's beautiful from a font point of view. I'm sure there are font people out there that are just getting excited about getting in touch with you. Using that font, that could take over the world. We'll see it in advertising. We'll see it in every seed catalogue in Australia. I think you've done a fantastic job at that font.
The Jackson range of seeds with your handwriting.
And the rainbow in the back was something I've been thinking about for my version of the photo. How to make the rainbow. We've got some rainbow packets of tea here at the house I'm currently staying in. Maybe I could use that. I've got some different coloured socks. Maybe I'd be using that. You've gone with a more true to the cover version of the rainbow, which I can see replicated beautifully. And as I was here looking through the original paintings that I did for the cover, I found the actual rainbow. So Jackson, you've actually inspired me to stay true to the cover, and maybe I'll take a sneaky photo with this in the background. Who knows?
Hold a chicken like that and you'll be there. You know, Chucky will be like, yes, I like that. I like that, Brenna.
I appreciate the rainbow in that picture because I've been thinking a lot about it, and I know it's been a tough decision for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Peely reckons just needs a frog, Jackson, and that'll be a full universe.
Yeah.
You nearly put a crocodile. We nearly had a crocodile head.
Look at what Adrian said. It looks like Jackson is growing out of the ground. I like that too. We'll feed you some. We'll feed you some seaweed fertilizer, Jackson, and you'll get tall. So any final thoughts on Jackson's offering?
For me, he gets points for the graphic design. I think it was excellent, flawless actually. On graphic design, that'll be a very hard one to beat. Extra points for creativity and the truth that's shown in the rainbow. I take the rainbow very seriously in this competition, and the font will be a very hard one to beat.
Good job.
Yeah, and I particularly like the fact that that is a Jackson grown tomato too. It's not photoshopped. It's the real deal.
It is the real deal. Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
Cate. Very well put.
Yeah.
Tasted good too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Jackson, thank you for being a part of this. Are you happy to hang out and watch the other submissions as they come up, and we'll get your comments as well? What do you think? All right. Well, thanks, Jackson. So, what do you feel? Are we going to to the next submission, or do you want to throw a question to the crowd?
Next.
Oh, I think we should throw a question to the crowd at the same time as going to the next submission.
Yeah, all right.
Like, I think we could mix it up. And I think one of those things, because we've seen Jackson growing tomatoes, maybe one of the questions, and because Costa, you talk about in the book how you got into gardening, maybe one of the questions should be, what was the first thing that you grew in a garden? So, like, what can you remember that first thing that you grew in a garden? And if you want to comment in the comment bar, let's see what it is. What is one of those first things that people do? We'll see if there's any kind of consensus, or whether it's as random as life is itself.
What was yours, Cate?
And then we can look at. Look, I think, because I'm trying to think back to what the first thing. We had a massive veggie garden when I was a kid. My dad was such a big grower. We had a lot of kids in our family, and a third of an acre in the city. But I have a sneaking suspicion. I know the first thing I tasted was the mint. I know that for sure. But I think the first thing that I grew was a lettuce. I think that's the first thing I grew from seed in the garden at home. So, and I can remember it because the seeds were so tiny. And I was thinking, how do I can remember being really little in these tiny seeds. And my dad showed me how to put it in a little bit of sand and broadcast it with this bit of sand, rather than me dropping like little tiny lettuce seeds in random places. So, yeah, I think lettuce and carrot, I reckon they're my first two. What about you, Brenna? What do you think the first thing you grew is?
The first thing I grew, so overall, I grew up in the suburbs and we did not have a garden. I didn't start planting food and plants until my 20s. But I remember I used to live in Wollongong in New South Wales. I remember buying a small bonsai plant from Spring into Corrimal Spring Festival, bringing it back, it was about $2.50, bringing it back and putting it in the garden so it could grow big and strong. Somewhat embarrassed about that now. I wonder how big it is. I haven't been back to that house in over a decade. It might be huge.
Could be a monster tree. Could have done the exact opposite.
If you live in Wollongong, head down to Corrimal and see the biggest tree in the land. You can send in a photo and we'll see if it's taken over.
Yeah.
Now, Luca.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brenna, Luca is 6 years old, and he has said that he grew carrots first.
That's a tricky one to start with. That's impressive, Luca.
Yeah, and Pam Pierce says spring onions. Bronwyn says herbs, tomatoes, and strawberries. Now, we have a very young contributor, and I'm just looking at them backstage, and I realised that we may need to bring our next submission forward a little, because when you're only 12 weeks old, waiting around in a green room can get a little bit boring. So I'm going to bring up our next contestant. Oh, not contestant, submission, I mean. Now, next submission is from Vera. And Vera joined us on this planet only about, well, we'll confirm with Daddy Sam in a minute, but I think it's only about 14 weeks. And but Vera was like, hang on, Costa's written a book. I've heard about this even when I was in the womb. I've heard the talk about it, and then I've come out. I go, well, I want to contribute. So Vera has jumped straight in, and this is Vera's contribution. There she is. And she's just directed Dad. She's directed Dad to be sort of the image of me, and but then she's brought Ollie and
Molly.
Millie.
No,
Molly.
Ollie. I wrote it down. No,
Ollie and Millie. Anyway, we'll confirm that. We'll confirm that. I'm messing around with that. So so this was their wonderful contribution. So let's bring Vera in and have a little chat. Hello.
Hello.
She's having a bit of a doze, but we'll wake her up for the special occasion.
So this is Vera's mum and dad who are just looking after the logistical side of bringing her into the broadcast. She's got a bit bored there in the green room, so she's having a snooze. But Chelsea and Sam, tell us a little bit about the picture.
Yeah, we decided to, I guess the tree that came with our house, a large mango tree. It's kind of the, I guess, heart of the backyard. So we thought we would pose around that. We've sent you a lot of baby pictures over the last 14 weeks, and we thought we'd mix it up with a rip-off of your cover.
Well, I'm reckoning from the reactions that we get, not just on Gardening Australia, but any post I put up on Instagram or Facebook that has a dog in it, they just go through the roof. So I think if I were to do a late edition and put the dogs in there, I think it could go viral. What do you reckon, Brenna?
Dogs, goats, babies. I mean, there's a very a bee quite prominent in this design, and I think that's a really classic design choice as well for shareability. This image could definitely go viral quite easily. Yes, Costa, I think a rethink of your cover, just to include a few extra elements, is a very sensible decision.
Well, the only problem is that I think they're being printed. And maybe unless we make some stickers and we could stick the dogs on. What do you reckon, Brenna? And how do you feel about what about this mama bee here? What do you think of the mama bee?
Sam, the mama bee is just bowling me over. It's got humour, it's got intrigue. I'm looking at that thinking, what's Mama Bee thinking? Where have they been? Where are they going? You know, the kind of eye line between baby and bee, offset by the dogs. It kind of takes your eyes on a journey around the whole image. It really brings the whole thing together.
And I love the fact that Mama Bee is keeping an eye on baby bee with Dad out there off leash in the garden. So Mama Bee's just buzzing around, making sure that Dad is not too far off piste and looking after baby bee. It's nice to see that Mama Chelsea's just buzzing around and keeping her goggles on the prize.
Yeah, keeping everyone in line.
Yeah. So now you've got three.
I'm really keen on this whole idea of make your own stickers and add them to the cover of the book. I kind of like this notion, just kind of whatever, pop the dogs on and the family. It kind of becomes like Costa's world and everybody else's world as well. That's nice. I like it. Personalizing.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sam, would you like to make any final comments on your submission?
No, I think you guys have summed it up very well. It was just a bit of a laugh, something to go in with all the other pictures. So yeah, hopefully other people enjoyed it as well, and other people used similar inspiration for theirs.
Brenna's explanation, Brenna's graphic explanation took it to a next level for me in terms of I lines and B lines and incorporating the whole space, taking the eye on a journey. Brenna, you just absolutely nailed that as a wonderful explanation for all the viewers. We'll get on and have a read of some of the initial plants that people grew. Yeah, Chelsea and Sam and little Vera, thank you for your submission. Absolute treat to have her here. And what about that bodysuit she's in? What's the pattern on that?
Some giraffes.
Giraffe.
Giraffes and flowers.
That's too much. At least we'll remember her first live contribution to a live broadcast. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to chill. I'm going to have a bit of a sleep. It's 5:15. It's 5:30. You said 5 o'clock. Get me. I'm done. I'm over it. All right. Well, thanks, team. Between you and Jackson, the two opening submissions, I tell you what, Cate and Brenna, they've absolutely nailed it.
It's astounding talent that we're seeing here today. It's very, very special to be able to witness two such excellent covers. And really every book should go through a process like this, I'd imagine, to use the knowledge in the room, of which there is quite a lot here, the creativity in the room, really make it a group effort. So I'm loving the sticker idea. Cutouts, don't need to have a sticker machine. You just cut out a piece of paper, whack it on the cover, and there, all of a sudden, you're hanging out with Costa and the chicken.
Yeah, I think it's great. I also think that way, if you're kind of traveling around and you're at a coffee shop and you've taken the book with you and somebody else has taken their book with them, then you know which one's yours because you've customized the cover so that it never gets mixed up with somebody else's CostasWorld book out and about on your journeys.
Now, Cate, in answer to that question, we've got Nina. I just plant tomatoes and cucumbers like my grandfather taught me. Ken Collius. Ken says, Collius to brighten our first home's front yard. What about this one? Maureen, the Choco. Maureen Stewart, thank you for showcasing the Choco. We can never get enough of the Choco. Mint for mint sauce from Janine Ord, parsley and silver beet. What have we got here? Tyler Howard, veggies, roses, orchids with my grandpa when I was a tyke. So it seems like the grandparents are playing a common theme here. We've got Megan Gay. My parents always had veggies growing. I had a great zucchini patch. Oh, hang on a sec. Jackson, what do you got there, mate? Is that one of the tomatoes?
Yeah.
There it is.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That looks like it's about, I would say that's about 180 grams.
We might have to buy some scales.
You'll have to come to Chucky Bingo and we'll weigh it. Who else have we got, plants? Who else have we got here? I'll bring out, yeah, we've gone through a lot of them here. So thanks for all that. But this was an interesting one. And maybe we can get to this later. But Ange Oliver said, I think a good way of personalising books is writing why you purchased the book on the inside cover and anything else relevant to the book, such as favourite part of the book, what you learnt and what new gardens habits you have.
That's great. That's a really good idea.
That's beautiful. I found a book once in a bus stop and they'd just written in the cover, I loved this book, read it and pass it on, you might love it too. And I read it and I left it somewhere else and it was passed on to somebody else. Leaving a bit of a record of why you enjoyed the book and the story behind is a really great way to do that too when you lend it out to friends.
Yeah, and particularly because, you know, when you get a book at an op shop or you get books somewhere way, way down the track and you think, wow, you know, like I got some old books from my grandparents and, like, you know, there were things written there in the 30s and the 40s and you tend not to think, oh, yeah, I'll write something here. But someone could look at that in, it's not like a digital post that just disappears. Someone could look at that book in 70 years and go, oh, that's what that person thought. So, yeah, that's a great Ange Oliver and Brenna, I totally agree. I totally agree. All right, so
Hey, Costa, do you reckon we could pick a page now? How about we play pick a page before we go to the next one? And so how many pages are in the book, Costa?
Believe it or not, there's 320.
All right, so we need for people to pick a number between 1 and 320, and then we'll just get someone random off the comments, and then you can open that page and show us what's on that page of the book. You know, this is just like random. I'm going to call it random page pick.
Random page pick. All right. Well, while we do that,
CostasWorld, just pick a random page.
While we do that, I
go.
noticed that the Sanchez theme
between
is in.
1 and 300. Okay, beautiful. And let me see.
The numbers are coming in.
Up too. Let me see. Oh, good. There's some good randomness happening here. I'll pick a name later on, Costa, if you like, to help you out.
Yeah, that could be good. And I just noticed Glenn McLaughlin. Hello, Glenn. He asked where he could get it, and I've just put the banner up down there if you want to pre-order. And we'll just add here, this is one of our other team members all the way from the Sunshine Coast. It's the Sanchez team. And I just thought I'll bring them in so they can contribute to any of the conversation going on at some point. So feel free, guys. Welcome. And feel free to...
Costa, I'm having a bit of trouble. I can see 2 Costas on the screen at once. Something's going on with my picture here. It's not
look, actually, well. I better take them out. It could be a bit too confusing. If there's 2 Costas, people are going to lose focus on the screen because that's a pretty authentic Costa.
One of us.
There's a few more on the screen.
One of us has got to get changed. I mean, we can't be here with the same costume on right now.
No, that's true, and it looks
party with one.
And I've got the button here, so oh, he's gone. All right, to the page number.
Oh.
We've got.
Okay, I think we'll go for. We're going to
Tina
go for.
Linderis. Hello, Tina. Whereabouts are you, Tina? Are you in Athens? I just noticed someone who may well be a long way away. But anyway, go on, Cate.
I think we'll go for Pam because Pam has said page 75, my age.
Pam
Purse. 75, my age. I think let's go with that first. We will come back. I will be playing pick a page again later on. So here we go, Costa. Page 75. He's laughing because page 75 is a blank page in the book, is it?
I know, I'm crying because I just kicked my toe on the
did you stub your toe?
Table.
75, full of
breathing. Okay, page 75.
Come on, you're all right. You're all right. What's happening on page 75? What chapter are we in?
Yeah, well, I'll have to tell you what chapter we're in. Page 75. Yep.
Can you go full screen for a minute, Costa, and have us all listen?
Yeah.
Can you kind of do that thing? Make us all be little.
There we go.
Oh,
page 75.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Well, that's page 75 is a chapter break. And it's 3 cheers for the community. So that's a wonderful chapter to open up on. And just to give you the context, 75 is 3 cheers for the community. Yeah, that's chapter 3. So that's chapter 3. And on page 75, it says, gardening can be an individual pursuit, but it's more fun in a group. Get out and make connections with people in your neighbourhood, local growers and farmers and those with First Nations knowledge about the land. Your world will be enriched by the experience. And so this sort of chapter, I'll just read this first little bit because it asks the question, where do we learn to become social? Who are the influences in our lives that encourage us to connect with others? And I think that sort of ties in with the question that you asked there, Cate. Doing things alone is one path, but engaging in activities with others is a precious plant that has its roots fed during our youth. There are so many ways that we can be inclusive, be communal, and be team players. This allows us to receive the rewards that come from seeing and doing things with others. There's a selflessness about it that brings riches beyond outcomes. I know that community is something I talk about all the time. This is simply because I am now so deeply embedded in it that I receive way more than an accountant could ever record on a spreadsheet. So that's page 75, which is a great choice. Oh, hang on. Where are we? Back there. Yeah. So, yeah, great choice. Who was that?
That was Pam.
Pam. Thank you, Pam.
Pam Pierce. 75 because of her age. But what a fantastic one too, because here we are all as a community participating in some craziness as well. So, yeah, fabulous.
So what do you reckon? Will we bring up our next contributors?
Oh, yes.
Now, moving along the line, next to Jackson in the green room, we have Erin and Rihanna. So let's put their image up, Cate.
Hey. Oh, we haven't seen the Sanchez's image. Do you want to do them last? Or we haven't shared that one.
Actually, that's true. Yeah, well, let me...
Sanchez's, you know?
Yeah, look at that. I sort of brought you in for contribution and left you hanging.
Lucky we rehearsed this entire thing several times, Costa. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Team Sanchez. Let's have a look at Team Sanchez.
Yep.
This was one of the first ones in with Jackson in the first day.
Have you got it? I've popped it up.
Hang on. Oh, yeah, here we go.
You're doing a great job, Costa. It's all good. Yay!
so love the beard. Rachel, Raquel Courtney loves the beard, their team. How will we do this? Brenna, would you like to, or no, let's go to the team. Tell us a little bit about what you've what you took from the cover and what you're doing there.
Costa, we'd do anything to get you up here to little old Lake McDonald to meet Zachy. So we did what we had to do, including stealing the stuffed animals from the dogs. We painted a rainbow. Jolly took on your persona, and Zachy took to the ducky outfit to make that book cover reenactment. And it was very enjoyable just to have a bit of fun with the boys at the same time.
Well, that's Jolie and Zach, guys. Thank you for putting this together. Now, Brenna, give us a graphic assessment of this book cover, because I think.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've given the chicken good proportion for starters, because you know it's filling the frame, it's catching the eye. But yeah, tell us what you think.
It's quite a delicate, beautiful image, this one. It really invites the viewer to step in and contemplate, you know, the balance of proportions there. As you're saying, it's quite similar to the actual cover in the placement of the Costa figure and the chicken/duck aspect. But what I'm really loving is the attention to detail down in this part. I believe there is a small worm-like leaf or some sort of worm-like item down there. The flowers represented. There's a small ornamental frog. So just having that play between person in costume representing the chicken and that attention to detail with the worm really, you know, brings us into that space, into that world, as it may be.
Thank you very much.
And I'd like to also add, good, I'm glad. You should take that. Great feedback from Brenna, because she's so good at this art stuff, you know. Anyway, I love the soil in the hand. We haven't seen that kind of nod to the soil, but also the microphone made it in this one as well.
Oh, it did too.
The microphone. I know it's a bit hard. It's camouflaged against the beard there, but it didn't get by me. I saw it. So
you will not believe how many takes. You'll not believe how many takes that soil thing took. We were there for like half an hour trying to catch the soil in midair. It was nigh on impossible. It was crazy, but we got it in the end, thankfully.
Zach, I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys doing that. It is hard to get soil falling. We've tried to do it many times, you know, slow motion and everything. It is tricky. So, you know, good on you for staying with it. So there's a bit of stamina happening in this the Sanchez stamina team. Good work.
No,
hey Jackson, what do you think of this submission?
I really like it, how they've painted the rainbow in the background and the beard.
The beard, as someone said a little earlier, the beard looks like it's getting some help. There could be steroids involved here. There's some sort of special hair drug going on to get the beard that long. It's jolly. You're nailing it. And can I say, just as an aside, that can you just give us a little bit of a background on? The reason the microphone there is that Jolie has just completed his was it the HSC submission, and done really well with his music, and I believe you're heading off to further studies next year. Congratulations.
Thanks, Costa. Yeah, so I'm just about to finish grade 12, and I'm going to be going down to Queensland Conservatorium afterwards. So that's my little mic I use to mic up my guitar. Thankfully, we had that one, so we just thought it would be good, and we brought it into the shot. So there you are.
Fantastic, and congratulations on that acceptance to the new chapter in your further studies. That's just brilliant. Well done.
Thanks, Costa. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dr. Costa. You're a good
No
man.
worries. Good on you, Zachy, in the back there, mate. Someone were you on? Were you snapping the pics?
Oh no, I'm the duck.
No,
That's
Oh, is that you in the? Oh, that's you in the duck there. I thought that was Mum.
No. I'd still be down there if I was a duck. I'd still be hobbling over that compost as we speak. No, that's
Hey Brenna, I'm looking at with the duck.
Sorry,
right?
Zachy, I
Zach.
misread. I misread it.
one of the things I love, and you might be able to comment on it because it is about eye line, you know, don't you feel like Zach's got the eye line as the duck costume? You know what I mean? Like you can see the intention of the duck eyes are going in the same direction as Zach is looking. Like, I love that. That's commitment.
Well, as well as where the eye lines are in the various characters in the image, including the bee, which does affect the viewer. It shows us where to look. It shows us where to pay our attention. But what we're also seeing is the intensity of the duck's stare is actually quite a contrast to the delicate colour scheme of the image. So, you know, these sorts of contrasts are what make us see images as appealing, makes us intrigued, it makes us want to learn more. And, yeah, that's part of why this image is so powerful. One question I do have for the team is, how is the bee actually suspended in the air? Was it thrown into the image for the photograph?
It was hanging. We tried to, sorry, we lost you. We hung it, we suspended it from one of the branches of the grevillea overhead. So, it was meant to be flying, but it didn't do the job quite so well. But flying it probably would have been a better opportunity. Throwing it into the air probably would have made for a better picture. But, yeah, we did what we could.
It's quite a sophisticated technique you've used there. Yeah, it's very effective.
Yeah, look, you've got to make some creative choices too, you know. If you've got the timing of the soil falling and a bee flying might have kind of, you know, it might have been both at once, might have been a bit of a big ask. And
could have been quite dangerous,
you chose the soil. Oh, yeah, dangerous too. That's right. Soil could have gone in your eye. The bee could have hit the hand. Anything could have happened. Mayhem.
Yeah, we deserve some danger money, I think. We deserve some danger money. That means Dr. Costa's going to come up to Lake Mac. Hi, Dr. Costa.
Yeah. When Queensland let us back in, I'd say it will probably be next year at this stage, but that's all fine. Dark eyes. That's fantastic. Well, wow, that's a great submission. Now, I'm just wondering, I might just because they've waited so long, Cate and Brenna, I think we might go on to our next submission, because this is Erin, and wait till you see Erin's images. She actually sent us 2 images because, you know, Brenna, I think this is going to give you a chance to really look into Erin's perspective. So here we go with Erin. Oh, so there's one. She's really rocking out, and you can see that the bird is coming in beautifully left of frame, stage right. And then the second image, how's that one looking, Cate? There we go. That's the cover. So let me bring Erin and Mum Rihanna in. Hello. How are you both?
Good.
Now, Rihanna, do you like being in the garden?
I like being in. Oh, Erin, go. Do you like being in the garden?
Erin, do you like being in the garden?
Not so much.
Oh.
What's your favourite thing to do in the garden? Not so much.
Water the garden. Make the garden bed.
So you like watering the garden beds?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have a favourite vegetable that grows in the garden?
Carrots.
Oh. Hey, hang on. What's that growing behind you?
Yeah, that's Mitchell. He sprouted up.
Oh, have you got that's an interesting plant, the Mitchell plant, but it moves around a lot. It's very hard to keep it in a pot. Like you put it in a pot.
Oh, don't worry for the animals.
He looks like a wild weed. It's just growing everywhere. So, Erin, tell us, Erin and Mum, tell us a little bit about how you did the picture.
Okay.
Well, I had to wear Mummy's hat. Mostly all of the stuff was Mitchell's.
Yeah. What we couldn't, well, our chooks wouldn't hold still, so what we use?
A kiwi.
Oh, so that's a little doll, is it?
The toy
Yeah.
kiwi.
And that's Mitchell's.
Yeah.
It's Daddy's.
Oh, God. Yeah, we used a bit of Mitchell's artwork in the background for the rainbow as well. We made that at daycare, so please stop.
Wow. And whereabouts are you in the country?
Really?
Bundaberg.
Oh, wow. You're right up in far north Queensland.
Yeah.
Well,
Not far north, but
Central Queensland.
Central Queensland. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
And
so-
how old's your brother?
4.
4. Do you love him?
No, because he annoys me.
And you know, Erin, it's annoying, but it's kind of part of his job as a younger brother, to be officially annoyed. Yeah, look, see, he's poking his tongue out, he's moving around, he's pulling your hair. Jackson, do you understand how Erin feels with the younger being the older?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you feel about your younger sibling.
A bit annoyed with her.
What lovely things does she do that annoys you?
What does she do?
Talk a lot.
She does.
Is that the same for you, Erin? Does he talk a lot?
No.
You do all the talking, don't you?
Yeah.
So maybe do you think you're annoying to him?
No.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you're confident about that. Okay, so now, Erin, we're going to go to Brenna, who's going to talk about your book cover from the eyes of an illustrator, someone who does drawings as their, well, not just their job, because Brenna does it because she loves it. And so wait till you hear what Brenna has to say about your wonderful photo.
Thanks for this submission. It's really quite profound what we see growing on here as well. It's got quite a fresh, modern feel to it. We can see some allusions to pop art in Mitchell's playgroup art piece Rainbow happening in the background there. Also, I'm appreciating the lighting. It's lit from behind, which kind of gives the whole scene this glow and really focuses us in on the nasturtiums. I love that you've chosen the nasturtium, which similar to the actual cover. That attention to detail is something that we really appreciate here. Also, we can see the frog there, and the kiwi is. There's a tradition in art of using the unexpected to shock people out of complacency, to get people thinking, to bring a new interpretation to a tried and tested scene. And by bringing in the introduction of the element of the kiwi is one of those things. Are we in Australia? Are we in New Zealand? Where are we in the world? It provokes this emotion, this questioning, and leaves the viewer wanting more, asking more. So you've done a fantastic job of that. I also appreciate the attention that you've put in to gathering different elements. You see the frog from the garden, the kiwi was Mitchell's, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Erin. You've got the hat there, it's also the beard. So you've had to go far and wide to gather the elements of this image, and bring what are quite disparate objects together in a harmonious way, but you've done that beautifully. Attention to lighting, 10 stars. It's a very powerful image.
Thank you very much. We struggled a little bit with Costa's beard, so we had to use a black garbage bag.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. It's like essence of beard, but it's so dense. It's more like a syrup of beard than an essence of beard. I really love it, and also what I love is I really love this kind of intention, because I just feel like the image has real soul about it too. I think I can see some real beauty there. It's just gorgeous. Another gorgeous submission.
Thank you. We didn't realise we'd get such a critique. We might have spent a bit more time on it.
But then it could have been overworked, and as Brenna said, that's part of its charm, is that it's not overworked. You've picked out these details that Brenna's laser pointer has just gone straight to them and gone bang, 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 bang. So no, I don't think you needed to do more. You nailed the essence, as Cate said. So Erin, thank you. Thank you, Erin.
And the other photo that it was actually in the photo.
Oh yeah, the other one showed the dirt coming down, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, will we throw that one back up, Cate?
Yep, I've got it there. There it is.
Oh, it's a bit small.
There it is. Oh, so that's got the dirt. Wow.
Yes.
Somehow we managed to get that one. I'm not sure, but it worked.
You did a great job. You did an absolute sterling job. So
there we go.
Well done. Well done, Erin.
There you go. Thank
you.
Go
back, Costa.
Oh, go back. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, go back.
Oh, there we go.
Big so we can see the dirt.
Oh, yeah, look at the dirt. Well, Sanchez team, like you said, getting the dirt was not easy. And Erin has got the dirt beautifully there.
Yeah.
And Kiwi's wondering if there's any microbes or bugs that he might be able to grab from the dirt on the way down. He's kind of having a second go at it.
Dad was holding the kiwi.
Oh, Dad was there too. Oh, say hello to Dad for us.
Yeah, it was a bit of a group effort, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mitchell and didn't really help.
That's all right. Anyway, we'll let the next people have a go now.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank
Say
you.
goodbye to Mitchell. I like that contribution that Mitchell didn't really help. Mitchell was just in the background there, just annoying. Yeah.
On the trampoline.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the trampoline. Well, Erin, just a little thing to think about. If Mitchell isn't annoying you, you know something's not right, okay? And then you better call Mum or Dad, because there could be something wrong if he's not doing that. It's kind of part of his world.
Yes.
Well, a fantastic.
That's our last visual. Yeah, our last visual.
So where are we heading now, Cate?
Well, I think we should do one more page. And then I think we should go to Laverne. And I also think we've got a late call poem from Tina. Is that right as well? Is that what's happening?
Oh, yeah, that's on the page there, which we can throw in. I'll just I'll bring Laverne in, and then we'll go to the page, and then we'll go. So Laverne, thank you for joining us.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, Laverne, unmute, my love. Here she comes.
Hello.
How are you, Laverne?
I'm great. I'm here on Watchaballock country.
And where's that for everyone listening?
Western Victoria, Dimboola.
How far from Melbourne?
About 3.5 hours. Halfway between Melbourne and Adelaide.
Oh, so you can pick. If you're going for ice cream, do I drive to Melbourne or do I drive to Adelaide?
That's right.
Who's got the better gelato? It's hard to say.
I always like going to Adelaide more than Melbourne, so.
So we have to. Are we picking a page now? Oh, Cate, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm off mute now. Got the whole gang on one screen. There we go. Can you see that, Costa?
Oh,
You need to find
let me
that
bring
little
that in.
page. There we go. There's the.
Oh, there's the four contributions. Wonderful, wonderful
There's
contribution.
our final. It'll come and go a little bit because my poor old internet doesn't. We've got so many people and so many pictures, but here we go. So, so Costa, we didn't decide how we were going to pick. We'll do a bit of a popular choice, but I think we should let Brenna pick because that way neither you or I have to worry about it.
Yes.
That'll work. But I suppose we could ask everybody, who are they loving? And I know it's going to be a very hard pick, but we could have a bit of a people's choice.
People's choice and
as well.
and a graphic
so if
choice.
People want to pop in the Brenna. That's right. And in the meanwhile, what we might do while people are putting a little choice up, have a little look around. So of course we've got they don't have any names on them, but we've got baby Vera, is that right?
Yeah, Vera's on the right. Yep.
Am I right? Vera, and we've got Jackson in the middle.
Yep.
And then we've got Erin. And
Erin, yep.
We've got the Sanchez family.
Yeah, we'll call it the Sanchez team. So they're the
team.
Well, that's pretty easy for people to make a people's choice.
That's right. And then in the meanwhile, what you might like to do, Costa, is we could have Laverne's beautiful poem while people are putting their comments up.
Exactly. So, Laverne, I'm going to. Maybe we'll leave the image up, and Laverne can do the read.
Oh, you could.
Or will I do?
Yeah,
what do you reckon?
You could kick us. You could kick us back into the green room and have Laverne and the pictures up. You could kick us back into the green room and have Laverne and the pictures up.
How can I? Oh, hang on. All right.
That's okay. If you just remove all of us, that's it, and then bring Laverne in.
Yep. There we go. So we can have Laverne and I and the pictures. All right, Laverne, would you like to submit your submission?
So obviously I was inspired by that chicken on the cover. So what I've done is an ode to that chicken. In Costa's book, I want to look, to take a peek with just my beak. A chicken I am, but still a fan. But more than that, I love the man. In Costa's world, I bombed that photo. Now I'm famous, like I won lotto. I beat the beard for pride of place. That makes this chicken an absolute ace.
Wow, that is fantastic. I think we'll have to. I'll have to post it in the comments so people can, or if you can post it in the comments so people can have another read of it. That would be fantastic. And yeah, wow. I'll just bring the team back in. Brenna, come join us. Cate?
Beautiful poem, Laverne. Thank you.
And I think everyone's almost back in. Any comments on the poem? Anyone here in the panel? Jackson?
What do you think of the poem?
It was really great. I loved it.
Oh, thanks, Jackson. What about Erin? Did you like the poem, Erin? Oh,
Sorry, we've got a small screaming child.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
No, we'll leave you to it. We'll leave you there. Yeah, keep that one muted. We could lose that.
Yeah, everyone's gone.
I see why Erin. Has fairly clear opinions on her brother at this hour of the night. We've clocked over 6 o'clock, and it said it'll be about an hour, so he's blowing up at us. Sanchez team, what do you feel about the poem? From your artistic take on the world.
Magic, wordsmithery.
Yeah. A lot of creative input there. I think it was absolutely fantastic. A beautiful take.
Yeah, I think it's a great poem. I thought that I always love something that comes from the perspective of a chicken, because I just don't think there's enough of that in the planet, that we don't have enough chickens' take on the world. So I really love that. I actually would be really keen to hear it with some beats, really. You know, it'd be good. You could get some beats happening behind it, get kind of a bit of spoken word. You could even sample some chickens. Yeah, sample some chickens, like buck, buck, and get them doing the beat. And then I think we're, totally onto something. Like next take, we could have like the MP3s that go with the book or something,
And Brenna, final take on the poem from a graphic point of view.
I mean, the visual imagery that poem brings to mind was profound. We were all here, we were all there, we were all feeling it. The image of the chicken, you could see the light glimmering off its many feathers, and the point of the beak, the gleam in the eye. You took us on a journey up over the hill of CostasWorld and out into the valley of the possibilities beyond. So thank you for that, Laverne. I hold your poem very dear to my heart.
Thanks, Brenna. Your commentary today has been inspiring, to say the least. And Laverne, just so that you weren't alone, we actually had a late submission from Tina Lamberis, who I believe is over in Athens, somewhere in if not Athens, on one of the Greek islands. And she said, I have only found out about this, so I just whipped up a one-verse rhyme for Costa that I'd like to share. And it goes something like this. If you want to garden and feeling a bit lost, if you want to garden and feeling a bit loster, then get into the colourful world of Costa. He'll show you in suburbs how to grow your veg, so your soul and soil will burst over the edge. That's a rapid fire composition for given that she joined at 5:46. She joined at 5, or whatever time she joined the live, but by 40 minutes in, she'd just whipped that up. So Tina, congratulations. That's a wonderful contribution. Now, I noticed there's some more comments coming in. Ange Oliver Laverne says, this ode should be the preface of the book. This book is dedicated to the chicken. Love from the Chicken Whisperer. Hey, that's interesting, Ange, that you mentioned the Chicken Whisperer, because I had that T-shirt on today, but it got a bit cold just when I was about to start, and I thought I'll put my hoodie on, and so yeah, Chicken Whisperer. Hang on, Laverne, what have you got there? That's a mighty. That's
awesome.
exactly. That's exactly the same. We need that. But that's with the wonderful bow in it.
You can't see the glass of wine there as well. This chicken's got wine.
As well. Hey, Erin, do you like the chicken? Or is your brother?
Yeah.
Do you like that chicken? Do you like Laverne's chicken shirt?
Yeah, I didn't know chickens could have a drink.
Yeah, it's green smoothie. They like a green smoothie. You get the lettuce and a bit of spinach, and you get all parsley, and you smoothie it all up so it's all kind of green, and then you put it in a cup, and then you put in a stainless steel straw, and then you put it in the chicken yard. Or sometimes if it's hot, you could put it into ice cubes, and you could make it into little ice cubes and stick it out in their house, and they would pick the ice cubes and get a super special drink that way. So there you go. It's chicken smoothie. If you look at Dirk's Facebook page today, she made chicken waffles today out of that. Chicken waffles. You'll have to look them up on Dirt Girl's page today. She's crazy. Anyway. Yeah.
Dirt Girl made chicken waffles.
Chicken waffles. You have to look at the page. It's crazy. Anyway, using a bit of old flour that, you know, instead of throwing it out, you can make waffles for your chickens. I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
Now I realise that we're getting close to dinner time and we've just gone over the hour a bit. So
yes,
I don't want to keep anyone any much longer. Have you had a little look at what the People's Choice is sort of suggesting?
Look, it's spread. You know, there's a lot of give it to them all happening, I can tell you. We've got a very democratic group of people who think that everybody should win. Look, there's a bit for everybody, really, seriously. There's some Veras,
Jackson, Vera.
There's some Erins, there's some Sanchez, there's some, you know, like it's pretty even keel, I'm afraid. And I hate to say that because it's making it more difficult, but I really think that the general consensus is one of Chapter 3 community, you know, that it's a community prize. So,
looking at it, Cate, I mean, just flicking through very quickly. Look, we've got Jackson, Vera, Sanchez, Erin, Sanchez, Vera, Jackson, Erin, Vera. Yeah, wow. Everyone, I think everyone, you know what, Vera and Erin and Jackson and Sanchez team, like you've all, I think what's been most exciting about it is the way that Brenna has interpreted what you've put together and how you've taken something and turned it into something else, but with the same spirit and feeling of what is contained in these 320 pages. So it makes it like the People's Choice is that the people have spoken, and every one of the people that have submitted are part of the prize. So the big challenge for us now is for me to go away with Cate and Brenna and work out what we can do during these times to be able to recognise your efforts with a prize. But we've got to work that out. So I think we may have to be in touch with your mums and your dads, and then we'll work out what will be the best thing to send your way as a prize. So what do you think, Cate and Brenna? Will we let this? Will we go into conference and get back to people?
We will, and it's
I think
fortunate that in this competition there were actually 4 categories that we were choosing from. So, if I may take another couple minutes of everybody's time, we had we had the sound composition category for the cover competition, or exhibition as some of us call. And Vera really came out tops in the composition section of this competition. We also had the representation of content in a realistic manner category, and Jackson delivered on this, went above and beyond on this level. The third category was a modernist interpretation, and really, Erin, you just took this category out, hands down the winner of that part of the show. So congratulations. And the fourth category was attention to detail. And would you believe it, the Sanchez team were actually the sound favourites for that part of the competition. There was also room for 2 honourable mentions in the poetry section of the competition, which was much more popular than we'd even anticipated. Character development, Laverne, you took that one out with a flying lead. It was beautiful to watch. And in the rhyming part of the poetry section, which as we all know in every poetry competition, the rhyming part is such an important prize. Tina, you came out on top in that one. So congratulations to our winners. There have been some suggestions that maybe the cover artwork exhibition doesn't end here, and we can actually extend an invitation to other people if they would like to submit a poem, a photo, get creative. It can be a different format. Keep bringing those in, because I'm going to go ahead and do it tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. I've got my ideas. I've been very inspired by tonight's submissions, and I'm interested to see if anyone else has some other submissions. So does it have to end here, Costa?
No, I don't think it. I think it's only just begun, because the book isn't even launching officially until the week of mid-October. So we're about 3.5 weeks away from the launch. So that, even though the little banner you can see here, there's a pre-order special that you can jump on and get the book there. But the official launch week will be that week, and maybe what I can, there could well be the opportunity, Brenna, for these banners to be part of my book tour and my book travels, where each of those could become something that I sign alongside as an insert into the book, that people can pick one of our covers. There could be a selection of covers, and we might make what we're thinking, Brenna, maybe we could make some memes out of them. We could get some quotes out of the book and put them on the cover, and then spread those out over the internet as part of the story, that people go, oh, hang on, it's not just his cover, it's the cover, it's the people's cover. So yeah, I think everyone on the screen here, I think we're now part of a club that is going to grow. But you're the founding members. Like you are the ones that stepped up.
Yeah, I think, Costa, though, I think we should be pretty clear about it too. That these gang, the early adopters here who all won their categories, will be receiving a prize. And everybody who comes afterwards will have to worry, we'll think about that as well. But we don't know what the prize is at the moment, because life is a bit weird. So we're going to, but we'll get together and work out what that prize is. But I just want you to know that your efforts for being the early adopters, getting in there, going hard, making all the effort, will be duly rewarded.
Chucky agrees wholeheartedly, and the thing is, Chucky wants to come on the road. So I am sure that that it is going to it will involve, when the book tour takes place, I'm sure there will be stops in Bundaberg, in Dimboola, in the Sunshine Coast, in Cairns, and in the Central Coast, I can already see that that part of that recognition will be physical visit to your part of the world. So let's just leave that to marinate and say that yeah, you are now part of the tour. Come to Canberra. So
Costa,
Carol Marshall says
there's some good comments. Yeah, there's some great comments flying around. You might want to look at Ange Oliver's.
I'll be taking inspiration from this week's Gardening Australia and creating some painted rocks with Costa's book title on them to hide at my local. Oh, that's awesome, Ange. That's fantastic.
Viral marketing.
That's so good.
A bit of guerrilla advertising.
Annie, I'll work out what's going on. Have a look on the link. I think you should. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sarah shared a little poem as well. Sarah Jean shared this. Thanks for. Is this the? There it is. Sarah Jean. My granny has a garden in a little flower pot. She kept it on a windowsill where the sun was nice and hot. I'm just trying to see if there was another. Was there another part? Yeah, here it is. I have to read this one. What's in your garden, Granny? A carrot seed, she said, and soon there'll be a carrot with a little feathery head. And one day in the springtime, my granny promised me she'd dig that little carrot and cook him for my tea.
Lovely.
Thank you, Sarah Jean. That is awesome. And a happy way to punctuate. So thanks, everyone. Let's start there with Jackson. Would you like to say anything? Would you like to say goodbye, Jackson?
Bye.
I think a good way to think about it is one word that sums up what you're feeling right now as we're saying goodbye. One word that sums up the feeling of how we all are from today.
Excited.
Have you got a word, Chip? Excited. Fantastic word. Beautiful.
Thank you, Jackson. What about you, Erin? What's one word you can say how you're feeling at the moment?
Excited and tired.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because it's been a long time sitting and looking at the computer. Well, Erin, thank you for being with us so long. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
What about you, Sanchez team?
We're going to say thankful.
And I'm going to say hopeful.
Sammy? I'd say on behalf of Vera, of course, this is Vera's agent.
Yeah, yes, I had a quick pep talk with her before she went off to bed, and she really liked all the other pictures. She's going to be absolutely over the moon when she wakes up and we wipe the dribble away and tell her that she's won. She'll be pumped. Well, that she's won one of the categories.
Thanks, Sammy. Thanks for contributing and going to all that trouble, because we know with little ones that was an extra effort to set up that frame and get the photo and then sit here today. So thanks heaps, Sammy. There was a comment here. Erin is tired because of her screaming brother. Oh, hang on, no, there he is. He's back. He's looking okay there now. He's kind of calmed down. He's had some dinner, and he's relaxed. Laverne.
My word was just inspired. Those covers were just awesome, and the effort put in by everyone was fantastic. The creativity, wonderful, just inspiring.
Thanks, Laverne, and thanks for your wonderful interpretation of it all as the written word. Brenna.
Oh, right now I'm feeling awed by the beauty, the nuance, the creativity that we've seen on show today. I'm also feeling inspired, just like you, Laverne. I'm thinking about how to make my cover photo come together tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there with this space.
And finally, Catherine.
Oh, Catherine, I'm in trouble. Anticipation. Anticipation for the book to be coming, anticipation to see the covers that are going to happen, anticipation to see if the ABC pick up an art show with Brenna. After all those awesome words.
Purely based on Costa book cover competition winners.
Every day.
It could be a weekly segment.
And gratitude to everybody who actually went to the effort after a crazy conversation that the three of us had. That's so awesome to act on craziness. I really appreciate it. And I think Laverne's going to have a. Laverne, are you one of Brenna's Patreons as well, Laverne?
I certainly am.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your Patreon connection to Brenna is?
Oh, look, it goes back to a previous work that I had, and in fact, I should say I'm actually going back to waste and sustainability in a new job tomorrow. But her artwork just inspired me so much, and just the stories and the narrative and the when you're looking to engage communities around really difficult topics like waste, when you want them to try and do the right thing, having artwork like that you can frame around your messaging is just awesome, and I just love Brenna's work. So it was a no-brainer for me to support her on Patreon, because I can do that, and I love doing I love to be able to support artists and basically because I haven't been able to take a holiday for the last 18 months, so I've used that money to support artists instead.
So if people don't know, Patreon's a great platform where you can find people who are doing things that you love and admire, and you can help them just do that, because sometimes to be able to not have to choose to do the kind of work or work for somebody you don't want to work for when it comes to artwork, and especially with illustration, being a patron of Brenna's allows us all to support her to do her best work. And it's, a lot of people who can give a little bit of money to artists, musicians, people who, especially at the moment, are finding it an interesting place to be able to create and carve out a living. There's the address down there, and I'm happy to plug that because Brenna's work is, as Laverne said, is beautiful, but it's also heartfelt. It's also funny. There's so much lightness and love in it. And to be able to share those with your family and friends on Facebook, to bring joy to the messaging that is very serious and very needed, but to have all this love around Brenna's work, I think it's fantastic. So there's an opportunity there for us to be supporting loads of people. You can look around at Patreon and just see all the kinds of different people who need our love and support. There's Jackson's artwork. Have you seen that?
Oh, look at that. Hang on a sec. We better front and center that. Oh, Costa the Gardener. Jackson, that's fantastic. That's looking as real as it could be. The goggles are perfect. The beard looks like someone's got the mask down. And, they're just going to pull it up over their face at some point. I love that. Wow. And there's a tomato. There's the tomatoes that we talked about. Oh, thanks, Jackson. That is great artwork, buddy. I love it. Well, thanks for thanks for sharing that that explanation. Oh, look, there's another one. That's a special one. No, that's lovely. It's lovely to give people that idea of how you can support people that are doing things that you agree with. And as Bruce Straw just said, permaculture and art with Brenna Quinlan, 8:30 p.m.
Oh, that's the TV show
Thursday
now.
night.
That's the new TV show. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's sort of got that feel.
If only one of us was a TV producer. If only one of us was a TV producer, the things we could do. Oh, hang on.
Well, I'll call. What do you think? I'll call it so everyone can go and have some dinner. Thanks for hanging out, everyone on the live. Thanks for all your wonderful comments. They've been fantastic. There's been so much to read and look at, and I'll look over some of the comments and any questions that have come through that might have scrolled a little bit quickly. To those of you that have just so you know, I received a delivery. So I only have one book at this point, but 2 days ago I received a delivery. A pallet arrived at my door. There was a truck, and the wonderful guy there, who's a lovely fellow, he said, "Oh, can you give me a hand?" And I got in the truck and I pushed this pallet off, and then puts it on the pallet jack and walks it to the front footpath, and then I loaded all these boxes into the house because these are all the pre-orders that have, or some of the pre-orders that have happened, and I now have 6 of these, and there's 1,000 books sitting just out of frame over there, which I will be going off to continue signing tonight. So for those of you that have done that through the Big Booktopia link, you'll be seeing in any future episodes of Gardening Australia a bicep that has grown because I'll be doing these ones. But no, it's very exciting. So much fun to have the support of all of our wonderful contributors here today. Team Sanchez, Erin and Rihanna, Jackson, Sammy, Brenna, and Cate. It's really it's just so special. And when you get a pallet of these things arrive, it suddenly goes from being on your desktop to being in real terms, this kind of physical thing. And yeah, it's amazing. So look forward to having some more fun with all of this stuff, and being in touch with all of you out there, being a part of the broadcast, and to all of our contributors. So have a great evening. Thanks for being involved. Big thanks to Cate and Brenna for co-hosting with me. It's been a hoot. So ciao for now.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,